me to talk.
Again, one-on-one. Oprah, James Fry, The Interview, next.
In 25 years, I have done thousands of interviews. None caused more controversy than this one, with best-selling author James Fry. It is difficult for me to talk to you because I really feel duped. I feel duped, but more importantly, I feel that you betrayed millions of readers. The book, A Million Little Pieces, had been a bestseller in 2003. That's 2 years before we picked it as a book club selection. Sherry Salata, a supervising producer at the time, had loved A Million Little Pieces and had given it to me. And once I started reading it, I couldn't put it down. So now for my big buzz. The book I'm choosing kept me up for 2 nights straight, honest to goodness. It's a radical departure. It's not a classic, and it is also not fiction, but a bold choice that's taking us right to the edge. It's a gut-wrenching memoir that is raw, and it's so real. Our next book is A Million Little Pieces. Immediately after that show, A Million Little Pieces returned to the top of the bestseller list and stayed there for 17 weeks. I couldn't wait to meet this literary phenom in person. And 1 month later, I got my chance.
I was a bad guy. I mean, that was one of the difficult things about writing the book, is if I was going to write a book that was true and I was going to write a book that was honest, then I was going to have to write about myself in very, very negative ways.
This book was like a healing to so many of our viewers who struggle with addiction or love somebody who was struggling. It transported them into the manic mind of an addict. Many of my staff were moved to tears.
I thought of my brother and I thought of his death, and it made me want to know why he committed suicide and if this was him. You almost feel like you need to do something to make yourself better because of what he's gone through.
A Million Little Pieces flew off the shelves. Over 4 million copies sold. James Fry was the hottest writer in America until bombshell accusations put everything into question. The whistleblowing website, The Smoking Gun, reported that key details of James's memoir were made up. I feel about A Million Little Pieces that although some of the facts have been questioned, the underlying message of redemption in James Fry's memoir still resonates with me, and I know that it resonates with millions of other people who have read this book and will continue to read this book. The next day, the controversy erupted, and I was taken to task.
You think he just invented facts as he was writing it? And what a disgrace that Oprah then went down for the count instead of laying this guy out.
I was accused by many respected opinion leaders of something called truthiness.
We live in this world now, which this is just sort of the tip of the iceberg, this memoir, where anyone can sort of put out something that sort of looks true, smells a little bit like truth, but in fact is in some way fictionalized.
We booked James to come back on a live show to answer some tough questions. How much of the book is fabricated? What was true about the dentist? Why do you have to lie about that?
I've struggled with the idea of it, and
No, the lie of it. That's a lie. Not an idea, James, a lie. Some viewers thought James got what he deserved. Others thought that I'd been too harsh and judgmental. That was 5 years ago and remains the biggest controversy in our 25 years.
Okay, now that you've watched the preview video from Oprah, what you're going to do now is you're going to stop this video, go back to your packet, and answer questions 2, 3, and 4 for lesson 29.